Vanities of vanity. All things are vanity. Paulist, the author of our first reading, tells us this. He goes on with a jaded outlook to say there's nothing new under the sun. Nature seems to repeat itself. The sun rises and the sun sets each day in and each day out. He also looks at history and saw the same old weary repetition. Time erases our memories of the past, and everything seems to stay the same from one generation to the next. To say the least, it's a very pessimistic outlook on life. Especially during this time in our country, in our history, we could fall into this same kind of thought as we look at our political environment. We look at how we are dealing with the pandemic. It's hard to imagine what it was like before the virus came, and what life will be if there is ever going to be life after this. But it seems to me to fall into this mentality is a choice that we choose or not choose. The ancient philosopher Heraclitus tells us that we cannot step in the same river twice because it is ever changing. So the sun rises and the sun sets every day, but each is a different sunset and sunrise. Each has its own colors, each has its own time, a different feeling based on the weather. Each day is different if we let it be different, and approach it with the mindset that is indeed something new. And we get this invitation in the gospel today to see things in a new light. People were confused about Jesus, unable to fathom him to be someone different. They can only imagine him as something old returning from the past, like John the Baptist or Elijah or other prophets. But Jesus came to teach and proclaim a new way, to show us that we don't have to go down the same dreary path, but live in such a way that will lead us to a newness of life. We're asked and challenged each day to see it as an opportunity to share and to live the compassion, the love, and the forgiveness that Jesus showed us. This is a calling to go beyond the same old, where we focus on ourselves and not care for others. Closing ourselves off and living the old way will only lead to what our first reading tells us. Nothing new can come about. And every day will be a struggle and a battle. But today and every day, every moment, we have a choice. Whether to put on Christ and put on hope, to consciously live each day as something new. Choose hope. Even in the worst of things, we can look for the beauty and the sacredness that surrounds us. In times of needs, we can reach out and care for one another, especially the least among us. There's always a new opportunity that presents us. A new day is awaiting each and every one of us. Will we choose to welcome it?